What's up everyone, Kokomojo here, back with another vault opening video. I was traveling last week and so I opened the vault on the laptop and ended up actually getting some okay items. I got this staff on the hunter and now my hunter's gear is like actually pretty decent. I think it might actually be better than my rogues at this point, although my druid definitely has the best gear out of all of my tunes, so that's kind of crazy. But let's take a look. What do we have here? I think the best thing for me to get would be probably a trinket, probably an anima battery. Maybe one of these rings upgraded could be good. I've got two, I mean, maybe like pants as well. But at this point, like, this character is pretty well-rounded. I feel like, yeah, Anima Battery to replace the IQD could be really good. Or, yeah, just increasing the item level in a couple of these slots could be decent. I actually think maybe boots could be good, because I'm considering moving my Unity to the pants, because I want to get rid of this Mastery if I can. But I need some better boots because I think I just like don't have very good. I have like these haste crit boots, which are okay, but I'd rather have boots that have a little bit more haste instead of all that extra crit. But yeah, we shall see. So let's see what we actually end up getting. Well, so we got two weapons 2 weeks in a row, which is kind of unlucky. I was hoping to get some of this weapon luck on my rogue or druid, but unfortunately this is worse itemization. We got these legs. We're considering moving our legs, so I might just take these because I already have a 278 chest, and until I move my legs, my Unity, having these good legs could be helpful. I really don't want to take tokens here, although it might be worth taking tokens. I'm gonna take the legs. I think we'll just go with these. We also did a 24 key last week. We finished a 24 DOS. We timed it with like 30 seconds left. So, and a 24 spires on Tyrannical Week. That's gonna be I think a pretty spicy key, but I think it's definitely a doable key. So I'm pretty excited for that. Let's see. Let's get these pants on. Yo, let's go. 276.38. That is some item level. This guy is actually pretty fun to play. He's pretty easy. It's a nice chill class, so it's a welcome break from Rogue and Druid, which is like, you gotta be thinking like 10 globals ahead for those classes. But yeah, let's see what else we get. Let's do the Druid next. I unfortunately only had time to do one key on the Druid this week, so we got one thing to choose, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a weapon. I really want a weapon on all these guys, so the weapon is definitely the worst item that I have right now. I'm also, this tune's kind of crazy geared. What the hell? 277. Kind of crazy. Yeah, weapon would be super good. I actually just got a weapon for my bear set as well. Oh, let me swap this. Yeah, so I got a pole arm that I Valor upgraded. I also still have an old scale. I'm considering opening my vault in bear loot spec, but then it means that there's no shot that I get a resto weapon. But part of me is like, maybe I roll the dice and try to get a scale this week. I think I'm going to do it just for fun and see. I'm going to swap to Guardian loot spec. And then, you know what? Fuck it. I'll swap to Guardian spec too, just so the game really knows I want to scale. let's see what we get here. I'm excited for my scale. Crit haste neck. You know, we'll take those. That's actually kind of a sick neck. It's a little better for resto, I think, than bear, but crit haste is a decent comp, a decent stat comp for the bear. So I take those. Okay, it's no scale, but I don't hate that. And I had this like random item from, I don't even know what this is from. I think I did this, maybe I did the raid once, or maybe yeah, I have no idea. Let's get this stuff back on here. Let me save this set. And fix this set. Oh yeah, now we're Gucci. Nice. Alright. For the rogue, I really need a weapon. Like I need a weapon so badly on this guy. Weapon would be so good. What else would be good? Let's take a look. Honestly, anything to fill out some of these 272 slots. I unfortunately have a lot of 272 items on this guy, so like, this guy's officially lower item level than my hunter, despite putting considerable effort into to gearing him up. But I really want a weapon. A weapon would be absolutely incredible. I'm like hesitant to get rid of some of these lower item level pieces though. Like I've got all this speed. I've got avoidance on this helmet. Like this tune's got some pretty good gear if it was just slightly higher item level, but let's see. I'm gonna get a weapon though. Yo, let's go. Let's friggin' go. I mean, the stats kind of suck, but the item level is where it's at. Let's go. Anything worth considering? No. We take these. We take these 100% of the time. And what key did we get? I didn't do I think I like got 20 or 21 was my highest key on the rogue this week, so my key dropped by 1. So odds are my team will not want to play my 23 unless we get really unlucky with all of the other keys. 23 DOS. That actually might be worth doing because I think we have like a 20 tyrannical or something. We have like a pretty low for us DOS. Oh, never mind. 23 tyrannical DOS. Alright. We probably won't want to do this because we're also going to have limited time because both my healer friend and I are traveling again, so we will not be able to do a ton of keys this week, unfortunately. Again, feels bad. Which item do I want to replace? Both these are kind of beans. I guess this one's slightly better, so we'll get this enchanted later. Let's talk about the affixes. I guess, actually, there's a couple things I want to talk about. One is the affixes for the week. We have Tyrannical, Raging, Volcanic, Encrypted. This is a really good week. This will be super fast. If you are playing with a rogue or you have like a meta comp with a hunter or something, or you're on the druid, like Raging is going to be non-issue, right? Tyrannical Raging is such a good combo. I mean, Raging still makes the mob scary, but at least it's not fortified Raging, and pretty much all comps have a soothe now. And if you're on a druid or a hunter, then you have an 8-second soothe, and you could be soothing multiple mobs per pull. And if you're on the rogue, you got the long soothe, but 24 second, 25 second cooldown, 25 second cooldown. It's like kind of a long cooldown, but you can still soothe one important mob per pull, and that's really high value. And then Volcanic. You know what? I mean, it sucks for casters, but for melee, like we don't really care. Yeah, if you're playing a rogue or a hunter, then volcanic is like non-issue. If you're on the druid, volcanic is non-issue. The only time you really have to be careful of volcanic is when you are casting trank, right? Like you've got that important 3-minute cooldown that you're gonna want to just plant and cast, and you just want to make sure that you're not going to start channeling that when you got a volcano about to erupt underneath you. So if you just keep an eye on that, then the rest of the week is going to be super easy. I think this is going to be a very fast week. A lot of good teams are going to be getting a lot of IO. I think our team is going to get a little bit of IO. We've got a few days to play together, and then we'll probably pug some keys later on in the week as well. So a couple more things to talk about. One is we've got the upcoming Rogue 9.2.5 guide. I had a call with a high-rated Rogue player and got to pick his brain about what he looks for when he's playing sub-Rogue, what things that we can do to improve, and I'm really excited to share that video with you. It's still a work in progress. I've got an initial version finished that I'm getting feedback on, and a couple things that I want to improve, but I'm really excited for the video. I think it's going to have a ton of useful content for you going into this patch and even into Season 4, honestly. I don't think a lot's going to change in Season 4. There will be some gearing differences, namely like we'll want to get Sylvanas daggers from the raid, but otherwise not going to be a whole lot different between now and then. The other thing that I'm excited to work on is learning Outlaw. We've been seeing a lot of Rogue players swap to Outlaw and just like testing it out and seeing what dungeons it works well in. And it seems like really good. There's a couple of viable builds, I think like 3 or 4 viable builds that all have different pros and cons. So, and I've never actually played Outlaw before. I played Rogue back when Outlaw didn't exist and it was called Combat. and then it got reworked into Outlaw, and I have just never played it. So I'm really excited to learn this spec. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. And I want to document the process and show how I like go about learning a new spec. And I think that's going to be a really fun series of videos. I'll probably do some of it on stream as well. So you'll get to see kind of like the creation of the weak auras and, kind of how I set it up to kind of make a plan for how I'm going to be using my abilities. Like I set up a lot of my weak auras to like glow in certain situations, and that indicates to me when I should use an ability. And I'm excited to kind of go through that process with you and show you how I figure out how a spec works and how I learn how to play it. Last thing, we will be trying, I think, another alt at some point in the next few weeks once life gets a little bit less busy and I have a little bit more time to play. I'm torn between a monk and a warlock. Monk because Mistweaver and Brewmaster both look like really fun off specs to play, and I'd probably mostly play Windwalker with my team. And Windwalker right now is absolutely owning. Their single target got buffed, and it's actually quite strong. And then they've got some crazy burst AoE when they get lots of procs. So I was thinking about trying that because it's got the fun off specs as well. But I'm also considering Warlock because we already have a Warlock in our team, but he really does not enjoy destruction. So I would basically try to fill that role, and he could just play Demo all the time if he wants. And there's other teams that are running double Warlock, so I think it's justifiable from a comp perspective. And I think it could be fun. It's like kind of a cool class. I played some Warlock in past expansions, so I would be interested to try it out again and see how it plays now. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about what class I should try next. I'm open to other suggestions as well. Like, I'm not necessarily just trying to play whatever is flavor of the month, but I also want to play something that will get me into keys quickly. Like, one of my goals when I'm like trying to learn a new spec is like just play as much as I can. And one of the best ways to do that is to be a class that other people want to invite to your groups. So yeah, let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. Good luck in your vaults, and I will see you in the next one.